What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. You know, Dual Terminal 3 Wabaku is a card I bought a long time ago. I just wanted to have a playset of it. But every time I would go to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals or YCS, or maybe even go to a new locals for the first time, one of the Paisanos woke up to me and go, V, come over here for a second. What's a card that you're holding on to that you're telling nobody? Tell me. And this would happen so many times. It would happen so often. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell everybody Dual Terminal Wabaku. Not only did I do that though, I would immediately afterwards tell them it's a joke. It's just, and I would explain to them every time I go somewhere. People would ask me the same question: what are you holding on to? What's your hidden source? Your hidden secret? Tell it to me. Give me your secrets, V. And yeah, no, when I got Dual Terminal Wabaku, by the way, I own a place at a Wabaku Dual Terminal. I bought it for like $3 a long time ago. Dirt cheap card. What it does is any damage inflicted by your opponent's monster is decreased to 0 during the turn this card is activated. The card holds a $12 market price, and currently right now, it's roughly around $14 with shipping. This was a joke, guys. This was a joke. So, common question of the day. What's our next card we're going to be joking around with to everybody? I want a card that's not yet known. It's a little bit hilarious of a card, and I think as a community we're just going to all get together, and we're going to meme the crap out of the card. Because why? Because that's literally the card I'm going to be telling everybody when they ask me the same question anytime I go anywhere. Now, obviously, with the pandemic, I haven't been able to go out, so I don't know why this card rose up in value. I have zero idea. That's hilarious. I still think it's hilarious. But, like, yeah, whenever I go out anywhere, that would be the card I'll be telling anybody. So if you go to me and go, V, what's the card? It's that card. Listen, let me explain something to you guys really simple. There are two types of ways I hold things in this game. If someone tells me something that they're holding and says, don't tell nobody, I don't tell nobody. I tell 0 people. It's the kind of person I am. Or if it's something that I haven't bought yet that I want to buy before everyone goes in and buys it out, I'm going to do that just to get my play set, because of what has happened in the past. People went in and just ate the card up, and by the time I got a chance to buy the card, it is at such an exasperated price point. It's just, you know, it's like Dual Terminal Wabaku. So please answer that comment question down below. I would love to know what you guys think. You look at this market watch right now and you're going, V, this is a small market watch. Eight kind of slots. This is a bit of a long one, actually. Here, let's talk about it, because some people in the comments have been saying Blazing Vortex is good. Some people in the comments has been saying Blazing Vortex is bad. I'm one of those who says this set is bad. And the reason why I say that is because this set, if the reviews would change, this set would be amazing. And I'll explain that in a second. But, like, the problem with Blazing Vortex is the reviews are not changed. The problem with Blazing Vortex is it gives us deck cores of these archetypes, but they're not that good. Maybe they're not that good yet. Maybe they'll be good in the future, and I do believe that's always a possibility. So it's always going to buy deck cores. That's why I'm really adamant about you buying deck cores, because we can, and we have seen deck cores that at one time was cheap that had risen in value. The only card I think you should be considering picking up is Pot of Prosperity. It's the only card, period in that sentence, Pot of Prosperity. Other cards will be going down in value, and then we can talk about buying them or not. But right now, everything else, for the most part, is inflated as far as, like, the higher end cards. So looking at Pot of Prosperity, the value right now is holding roughly around, well, with an $87 market price. The value of the card is roughly around $89. Once again, this is the release day. People that are going to be getting Blazing Vortex, opening, sorting it, and throwing it in the market are going to be competing. So the next couple of days, we're going to see the value of this card drop naturally due to the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players actually throwing this card out in the market to make some money on their investments that they put into this game. Simple. Before I forget, because I always forget, please make sure to subscribe under the channel if you're new. Hit the like button, comment down below. You want my social media t-shirt you play, links to be down below. You want to do all the fun stuff, that's my social media links. I have tons of them, including Discord, Facebook, Mark Art Facebook, all that's my Instagram. It's all down below. Check it out. I'd greatly appreciate it. I always forget about that. I didn't forget about that now, and it's done. So let's look at the solid rares first, because that's the thing I'm really most interested in. The number one solid rare is going to be Pot of Prosperity. It started off at a $500 price point. In the pre-sales, the values already went down a little bit. It's, the market price shown to be $485. It's down to $470. It's going to go down a lot lower. The question is, where's it going to stabilize? I think it's the question everyone's asking. I really don't know with these, because we don't have a card this generic. I mean, the closest thing we can have to this would be something to the point of maybe, something to the point of maybe like Triple Tactics Talents, I guess, would be the closest thing to Prosperity. The problem is with Triple Tactics Talents is we can't really use that information because that card tanked and then went back up really fast because everyone realized, oh my god, we need 3 of these in almost everything. In the case of Prosperity, if in this case, it won't do that. So I think this card actually will have a higher price point that it will settle at compared to other cards. I really don't know where it's going to go to. I would like to see it go to roughly around $350 a copy. I know it's a lot, but it's a Starlight Rare. But I can see it selling at $400 and not really breaking that barrier of $400. Up next, we have other cards in here. We have Trishula, $350. Actually went back. Did it went back up a little bit? It doesn't matter, Trishula. Nobody wants like 3 of these. Whoever opens these is going to throw these in the market. It's not like Prosperity where it's going to be like spiking crazy high. Trish doesn't even see any play in any deck, so I do think this will go down in value. Live Twin, Little Treat is roughly $244. That's going to go down in value, of course. Arm Dragon, that's going to go down in value, of course. Heavenly Zephyr, Mirador, Starlight Rare is $209. And the weird thing is, even though it's $209, I kind of want this card. But I don't want it now, if that makes any sense. Like, I think this card has potential, but doesn't have, like, the potential now. Looking at Heavenly Zephyr Mirador, once again, I think this card has the potential, but is it worth going in at this price point for the Starlight Rare? No. This card will hit $150, if not even lower than that. So keep an eye on this card. But definitely, you know, if you start seeing players play around with it, I wouldn't be surprised. It has that potential, okay? But it's not to the point where it's like a big money card yet. Look at the secret version of this card, though. If you are looking at the secret rare version of the card, it's currently $14 for the secret rare Heavenly Zephyr Mirador. Do you buy it now? No, you're not listening to me. Yo, wait. I think we can start considering buying some of these cards tomorrow. Is the best time to buy for the secret rares and stuff like that. A lot of people in the comments down below were like, V, Underworld Gods of the Closed World. It's a card you need to buy. This card currently with a $28 market price is roughly around, well, $29, $30. So do we buy this card? No, you are not listening to me. That is a dumb price point to buy this card at. This card is going to be going down in value. Listen, the odds of these secret rares going back up higher in value than their initial pre-sale price point is very low. It's just naturally low, and that's how the game works. That's literally how the market works. Can it happen? Can Underworld Gods of the Closed World go to $45, $65, $70, $80? Can that happen? I guess so, but not on this planet. This is still once again, people are saying this card's really good. You can use it with IP Masquerena, and that's a really, really cool play. But the mentality of that play is not just basically IP Masquerena. You have to have IP Masquerena with 2 monsters on your board. Your opponent puts a monster on his board, and you do that play. We're just ignoring the fact that those 2 other monsters can be viable. IP Masquerena could go into any other card. And, I mean, once again, I'm not saying this card is terrible. I'm just saying it's not as good as other cards. You gotta look at a lot of decks that play, like a lot of, like rank 4s. We're talking like Axial Talker, Appaloosa, Borisword. And then this card to get rid of a monster? Alright. Once again, it's not a terrible card, but it's not $28 good. It's going to be going down in value. Look at the rest of the cards. Arm Dragon Flash is $8. Nobody cares. The Mad Golden Lord is $5. That's not bad. I can't wait to see the new price point of this card. Arm Dragon level 10, the regular secret rare is $7.50. Ridiculous. S-Force Bridgehead. I want S-Force to be good. Am I the only one on this, like, whatever? I want S-Force. S-Force just sounds so cool. All these cards look amazing in this set. I'm still going to stick to that. I think Blazing Vortex looks absolutely gorgeous. But is it really worth it? I don't think so, but man. I kind of want to buy S-Force cards, and I don't know why, but I just like them. Then they got War Rocks, also not bad as well. Underdog. I'm waiting this card hits like $1 and I'm buying a playset of it. And I'm gonna get ripped off on that buy. It's currently roughly $3 in the market price as a secret rare, by the way. A secret rare release date, $3 secret rare. Wow, this is awkward. Look at the rest of the cards on Blazing Vortex. I do think there are a lot of other cards that aren't, besides secret rares, that aren't bad. None of these though. It's not. Yeah, no. Next page. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Tri-Brigade Kit. That's a good super rare. Currently 64 cents. Yeah, not bad card actually. One thing I did, and I think that's really important for a lot of. By the way, Tri-Brigade Kit should have been a secret rare. Virtual World, Otohime. This should have been a secret rare. Like, these would have been the smart moves to do. Angel Statue, this card's not bad. I would have made this secret rare. Like, there's a lot of cards I would have flipped around. Another Virtual World Gate card. I would have made this at least an ultra minimal. Maybe even a Starlight Rare kit to match the other Starlight Rare try card in the deck. I'm really bad saying that card's name, but like that would have been cool to do. That would have been really fun. Like I don't think with these sets, especially with this set specifically, that Konami messed up as far as the release of the cards. What I think Konami messed up on is the rarity of the cards. And I think looking at the set, like I said, we could have made Virtual World, we could have made Angel Statue, we could have made Kit, we could have made the other Virtual World card, even one of the Parametaphors card. People would have been a lot more excited and a lot more apt to buy into this set if the secret rares were really, really, really good. Now, looking at it, it's the opposite, where like the super rares and the ultra rares are pretty good. Even some of the commons are really good in this set. And listen, you can go right now and buy those. Like, they're not that expensive. But when we look at the secret rares, Pot of Prosperity is really good. Mirador has potential. Underworld, for anyone that's gonna run to the keyboard and yell at me, I think Underworld has potential. Because you said it. Other than that, the rest of these cards are pretty bad. Elec the Mad Golden Lord's a card that you would play at most a one of, if that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if it works that way. I understand Konami's really excited about S-Force and War Rocks and Armed Dragon. We're not. They're not good. So they shouldn't be up here. Don't put your tier 3 decks, secret rares, up in the top. That makes zero sense to me. Looking at, though... So, listen. If you are bummed about, like, Blazing Vortex, and you just don't want to buy any packs of these, because why would you want to buy packs when you could buy singles in the singles market? It's a smart idea, to be honest with you. What you can do is go ahead and buy Justice Impact. As much as Justice Impact stinks in the eyes of what a collector's rare is compared to Toon Chaos, Justice Impact is easily, infinitely better, not even close, than Blazing Vortex. This has been out for a while, and it still blows Blazing Vortex out the water. The only way you can really blow people out the water is opening a pack and putting a Starlight Rare, which has insanely high pull ratio. You're probably not going to be able to do it. But looking at Justice Impact, you can pull a collector's rares. At the minimum price, you got a B-Cop, that's $20. At the most, you got a Unicorn, that's $68. It's not bad to pay $4 and get that value, because the pull percentage is so much lower. So I think these are really good. Also, Live Twins collector's rares, really cool. Just throw it out there, they really are cool. And then, of course, you can pull an Ultra Rare Triton Nova, that's $31. You can pull some of the evil twin cards. They're 14s. Renona's 14. Like, I would if I went to had to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh event this weekend, and they were like, okay, you won because you're obviously an amazing, good-looking player. What do you want? I would either buy a Dual Tone of Wabaku. JK, calm down. I would either go, Blazing Vortex if I want to, like, you know, feel risky and pull a Starlight Rare or a Pot of Prosperity. Or, realistically, I would try to grab Justice Impact. This would be the set I would go for. No doubt in my mind, easily. Then we have Legendary Duel Season 2. Now, are these cards good? No. These cards are not that really good, to be honest with you. Not that they're bad, it's just that they're only really meant for collectors, or if you're a Blue Eyes fanboy, they got you here. Harpies, they got you here. But why would you buy sealed product of this? Maybe to pull the Kaiba Corp dice, which you could buy online, when you can just go ahead and buy these cards individually. Like, the game is getting to the point where so many people are buying sealed, opening, sorting, selling, that it almost makes no sense for you to buy, like, a box anymore. It's getting to that point where, like, why would you buy a box of cards when you can specifically go in and buy a single that you need, that you care about, that you really want? It's the weirdest thing. Like, it used to not be that way as bad, but as we're going into the game more and more and more and more, if you're buying a box or 2 boxes, 3 boxes, you're more than likely just doing it for fun. You're doing it for the sport of it, and I respect you for that. That is awesome. Good for you. Seriously. It's really fun to do that. But to someone like me who's been doing it forever, I just personally, my enjoyment now is just buying the individual cards that I specifically want, and then waiting till mail day when they come, and whoever, like, brings it to me has, like, a ton of tape wrapped on the card, because they don't know which shipping is, even though they have, like, a good amount of feedback. Comment down below if people use too much tape in shipping. And then we have, like, Phantom Rage. This set doesn't look so bad anymore, does it? I remember when Phantom Rage came out, we were all like, ew. And now looking at Phantom Rage, we were like, alright, you know, alright, you know, it's not that bad. Think about it, guys. Working for you. Like, Konami went from, like, the set before this, which was really good, I'll talk about in a second, to Phantom Rage, and we're all like, Konami, what are you doing? Then it went from this set to Blazing Vortex, and we're all like, alright, can we at least have Phantom Rage back? Like, it was this set. even though like Federation was not a blockbuster set, because it really wasn't, it had a lot of good things. One, it had Tri-Brigade in it, which we can argue is a tier 1 deck. I think Tri-Brigade Literalist kind of bores on that. Tri-Brigade Zodiac definitely hits that as well. I think we can argue Tri-Brigade can be a tier 1 deck, but it was in here. Had a Starlight Rare, so the rares were all correct, by the way, for the most part. A Tri-Brigade deck core's in here, boom, put Tri-Brigade in here, because they're going to be good. There it is. Zeus, a great card if your deck can make it. Slap that bad boy in here, and here it is. Secret Rares, by the way, hitting higher to 64, 65s. They're going to keep rising on the Secret Rare versions of Zeus. If you want a Starlight Rare Zeus, that used to be like 260, I believe, is what I paid for mines. They're going back up. They're roughly around, let me double check, click on it. They're roughly around $320. By the way, if you want to go for a verifiable seller, a Gold Star seller, they're hitting almost $350 for Starlight Rare Zeus. They're going back up in value because this card, I mean, talking around to other players, it's a god card, and they're not wrong. It really is broken. To the point where when there's a new bans come out, if this card was to go to even 1 or even banned, no one's really going to complain. It's that broken. Then we got Hida in here, and I think that was the more or less the like the filler slot kind of Starlight Rare. Alpha wasn't used as much with a $3 price point Starlight Rare coming out of the gate. It went down to 100, where it is right now, $160. Not a bad card still. It's just there's no tier 1 deck that's predominantly a tier 1 deck. I mean, like and universally a tier 1 deck. Like, you know, anyone knows gonna debate that uses Alpha. I do think this card's really good. I think this card has a lot of potential. This card's going to continue to fall until it finds that potential, but the minute it does, it's going to stop falling, turn around, and start rocketing to the moon, baby. So I think Alpha's a really good card. Even Alpha the Master Beast Starlight Rare. I'm not even joking. If anyone's like, V, I just bought one, I don't blame you. I always kind of want to buy this card. If I had to buy some of the other cards, I would go in and grab like a playset of this. Then we have Phantom Knight Torrent Scales. I don't, tier 2 deck, tier 1.5 as I say, because old school you can play is called 1.5, new school you can play is called tier 2. Nevertheless, this card fits into those slots because it's not as good, but it still always has that little bit of potential. And looking at it right now, it has a $150, $5 price point. Once again, I think even the Phantom Knight deck core, where the right balance hit, can become a tier 1 deck. And then of course, once again, you look at the ultra rares, and they're out the gate. You got Virtual World Lulu, $18. Try to get Fractal. Like what I'm trying to show you guys is that we progressively got worse with the sets. But every time, so when the set before this, I'll talk about in a second. Like I said, no one complained. Everyone's like, "This is amazing, Konami. You guys need to calm down. This is good. This is like all good. Like everything in here is money." So everyone, when Phantom Rage came out, everyone's like, "I'll buy as much Phantom Rage as possible," because what happens with distributors, everyone doesn't know. For all our new subscribers is distributors tell store owners and backrate vendors in a way, hey, listen, how much of Phantom Rage you want? We don't know anything about the set, but how much do you want? So they're going to buy as much as possible because the previous set was really good. And then we did. Opened, store, and sold it, threw it on the market. The values of all these cards tanked. The same thing happened with Blazing Vortex, by the way. The distributors call back up, hey, how's it going? How much do you want? And if you're a store owner, you want to maintain what's called allocation, the amount of product you're getting. So if you normally buy of a new set of Blazing Vortex, like say like 10 cases, you don't want to go under that 10 cases. You just told your store owner that you want less of something. And next time a new set comes out, that could be a blockbuster set, they're going to mark you down. This guy only buys 9 cases, not 10 anymore. So you really want to at least maintain allocation. For the most part, if you're a store owner. There's a little different things here and there, but for the most part, it's always good to maintain allocation. So they're going to say, give me 10 cases. So they're getting still the same amount of product. So that's why people might go with V. Maybe they'll buy less. Realistically not happening unless they're unfortunately closing or it doesn't have a good cash flow, which this is the least of their worries. But looking at it, people are going to maintain what's called their allocations. Very important word, because if you own a card shop, that's the word they're going to tell you all the time. So looking at it, people are maintaining allocation. They're going to be buying this. This is why I'm very confident. In fact, a lot of these prices are going to drop because I think a lot of stores, ideally going to stay in business, are going to want to maintain allocation. And what we're going to see is a lot of these price points at least go down immediately in the near future. Rise of the Duelist is that set, by the way. It's like the best set we've ever had in a very long time. And I would argue it was not just Rise of the Duelist, but Rise of the Duelist and Konami is like, you like that? And we're like, we love this set. They're like, you want Toon Chaos? We're like, what's that, Konami? They're like, there's not many tunes in it. It's really chaotic. Value. And we're like, oh my god, this is like crack. What are you doing? But like, Rise of the Duelist and 2Ks were just amazing blockbuster releases. And now looking at it, we still have cards out of Rise of the Duelist, like Forbidden Drop, the $124 market price, which is roughly around $125. I thought this card was going to hit 115, even though I was confident. I felt like eventually it would hit 120. I didn't think it would hit it so fast, but here it is, $125. You want to hear my next prediction on Forbidden Droplet? Sell. Listen, I think Forbidden Droplet is a great card, but I do think in time it might be going down a little bit in value. Is it going to tank? No, but it will go down in value. Do you want to sell immediately? It's up to you. This card will go down in value, but it's still going to be maybe a good card. Just like it was always been a good card. So, I'll tell you personally right now, even though I could probably sell this card, wait a while and buy this card back for like 100 and make like 25 bucks on each copy that I sold, I'm just gonna hold my copies. That's what I'm doing personally. But I do think this card will go down a little bit in value. This card does get really good as time goes on. Just keep an eye on this card. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna keep going higher. I don't think it's going to. I think this is the wall it's gonna hit is $125. And then we look at the best card out of Blazing Vortex, currently $84. Then we look at the best card out of Secret Rare out of Phantom Rage, $64. So, oh yeah. The Ultra Rares out of Rise of Duels were also good. Rise of Duels, Dogmatica, Ecclesia, and the Virtuous with a $26 market price, roughly around, well, yeah, no, $26. It's going up because of the OTS release of, well, Dogmatica Punishment. Also, Dogmatica's not that bad in general. Now, you might say, V, listen, it's Rise of Duelist. Obviously, Dogmaticas was like the be-all, end-all. They weren't like secret rares, but they were still a great core, a sub-core even. And they were so good. Of course they're going to be money. Okay. What about Malice Lady of Lament? This card with a $21 market price is actually still roughly around $20. What? What? This is the thing, like I said, I think like these sets just vary, and you can't see it as of, so I'm showing it as of like 1, 2, 3, but every set is independent of itself. You know, a lot of time and effort goes by Konami into that set to formulate what it's going to be, what the rares are going to be, and also how they're going to sell it to us, the product. So whenever you look at Rise of Duelists, you can't say Konami got progressively bad. It looks like that front end, but back end, Konami doesn't see it that way. They're ants working on a bug at a time. This bug today was Rise of Duelists. Tomorrow is going to be Phantom Rage, and the next day is going to be Blazing Vortex. Today's that day. It's Blazing Vortex, and they messed up. I think this set's going to be, you know, bad. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty bad set. But it doesn't really matter if you think about it in long scheme of things, because this set is pretty bad. But next month, we're getting, well, for the most part, a reprint set. And not only a reprint set, but maybe in certain cases, a rarity upgrade set for certain cards. So even though the set's bad, we're only going to have a very short amount of time to really analyze this set fully before we go into Ghost in the Past, which I think is going to be a really good set. As well as the banlist talks, which will be happening in T-minus about a week or two. So once again, we're not going to have to deal with the set as long, and the cards in the set might change in value with the banlist. How can that be? Okay, popularity might get more unpopular in other decks as time goes on with a slower format. In a faster format, it'll be decent. A slower format, this card actually is going to be insane. Underworld of the Goddess would be good in a little bit of faster format, but in a slower format, it wouldn't be as good. Heavenly Zephyr Medora would be good in a faster format. I think it would be decent in a faster format. I'm going to be honest. And in a slower format, I don't think it would be as good. And then when we look at the rest of the cards here, front end, not good. Underdog's a cute and hilarious card that is not really that good. I know someone said, V, it's really good on like Altergeist. No. I'd rather have Summon Limit. Would you flip Underdog or Summon Limit against your opponent? Like, I'd rather have Summon Limit. If you're playing Altergeist with the mentality of going second and flipping this card over, you're not going to resolve it. Your opponent's going to negate it, laugh at you, and you're going to have a tier that's going to drop down from your hand to your sleeve, go in your card sleeve, and crumple this card. That's how that works. But, I mean, looking at it, once again, front end, if the opponent just slow down more, Virtual World might take a hit. Tribal Game might get better because they can play a better mid-range match than Virtual World can. Are they purely mid-range? I wouldn't say that, but Tribal Gauge would get progressively worse if the format was to go slower. What I think is going to happen, the format we're in right now, where mid-range is creeping up, and I think we have a good conversation about mid-range being still the best decks of the format, even though the best decks right now might be a combo deck, and maybe, I think what we're going to see is a lot of mid-range decks really come through and be good. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great cards in this set to buy right now, but you got to buy them common, super rares, and ultra rares, nothing over like 75 cents. Buy all out. I think it's great to have a playset of all this stuff. Just don't buy overpriced secret rares, starlight rares. It's just not worth it. Go back to my comment question of the day, guys. Please make sure to comment down. Let me know. What's the next card we're going to meme? This was not done on purpose. I did not have nothing to do with this. Just throwing it out there. And everyone's gonna bitch about V. You're jacking up the market. Look at me. Do I look like a guy who wants to jack up the market? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you actually kidding me? You know how much money I spend on cards, singles? I don't care about jacking up the market as much as I do just buying cards for myself personally. If I cared about jacking up Dual Terminal Wabaku, I probably would have bought more than 3. I bought 3 because I wanted to have the card. Throwing it out there because I feel like people really think that we can like fully manipulate the market, do what we want. If I told everybody to buy a random card, if I said, everybody, let's make the price of, I don't know, 7 cities of the Golden Land, let's make this card $100, would people actually listen to me? Me? No. Go in my comments of any of my videos and other Market Watch content creators videos, even ones I disagree with. Go in their videos. Look at the comments of their videos. People are just going, you're wrong. They're like, we are always going back and forth because that's the conversation we create. We don't really manipulate the market as far as singles. Sealed product, though, that's another thing. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to hit this like, subscribe button, comment down below. It's your boy V, and YGOPaisano as well. You boys all have a great weekend.